Oh, I was just thinking about sort of how I feel like this podcast, me and you in this room,
Yeah.
I feel like how it's actually come about. I was thinking about it was when I was in Puerto Rico, and I feel like you were in France on a incredible spiritual journey.
Yeah.
And we were talking, and I was kind of down on life because my crypto was down. I was struggling, lonely in Puerto Rico, and you're like, bro, read Untethered Soul. And I feel like the Untethered Soul has been kind of the backbone of how we're kind of on the same wavelength with life right
100.
now. You know, we're
100%.
trying to sit back in the seat of awareness, enjoy life, not worry about, oh, I got a blemish, or I said this, or I should have bought that, or I should have done the stupid things that don't matter. We're spinning on a planet in the middle of this universe.
Yep.
And it's like, life's good. Appreciate it. Enjoy it. Don't
Yeah.
worry about, everything that we're always worried about, what other people are thinking. Jay Shetty quote today was incredible. What'd he say? He said, who we are, what we think we are, perception. It's about perception. It's like, I'm not what I think I am. I'm not what you think I am. I am what I think that you think that I am.
Great quote.
And it's so interesting because
Sam
we're
loved
always
that
stuck
one.
in these, what do you call them, echo chambers, where it's all about, I'm stuck in this sort of self-fulfilling prophecy with all my, fraternity at school, or my parents are so on me, so I'm stuck in that realm, or my girlfriend or my boyfriend, this, that. We're always get stuck in, what they think we are, or what we think they think we are, or what we should be doing, or how we should be living life, or what these things are. And it's like, you got to step back and
Yeah. It's so
realize
true.
that that's what we're always stuck in. We're unconscious. And that's why it's been so great reading the Untethered Soul together,
It's the greatest book ever.
sitting back in the seat of awareness and just kind of observing yourself. It's been the first time in my life, I feel like, where I've been able to effectively meditate, where I'm not just flowing off into, the
Really?
unconscious thoughts. Now I'm able to.
Oh, so how new is that?
It's amazing. I'll sit back and I'll watch my thoughts. I'll watch my emotions. I'll look at sort of what's happened in the day. And then based off of that, I'll be like, okay, that's why I'm having all these thoughts, because I was there. Or that's why I'm feeling this way because, she said that to me. And then I just try and look. I just try and observe it without judging it, without trying to find an answer to it. I'm just observing it. And just that observing my thoughts, or just that observing my emotions, or just sometimes I'll be like, I'm just going to observe Conrad's hand, or like my, me right here.
Yeah.
My body right here. It's great. It's so weird. But once you start just observing your thoughts, your emotions, your awareness, you just start flowing into a nice peaceful state.
Yeah, you naturally come back to what you are. Like you like come back to like the actual like natural state of your being, which is fucking
amazing.
Unreal.
And me and you, I feel like you more.
Bro,
so,
just
'cause
going
you've been
back to what
doing
you were
this.
saying, man, like I don't think it's even just like me and your talks. It's like, I think it's like the backbone of our life right now is Untethered Soul.
True
so
that.
I think like me and you are going through this, and I was saying to you earlier today, I'm so fucking pumped that there's another guy that's like another dude in my life, one of my friends that has read this book and understood it and like loved it, and it's impacted them the way that it impacted me, because it fucking changed my life. Like observe like this. I mean, there was things that led up to it and things that I had been like on to before that were talking about thoughts, but nothing connected the way that this did. And I'm sure that's the same way as you too. Mm-hmm. And it was just, and so like being able to tell you, yo, you should check this out, and you resonating with it the way that you have, and you like taking it upon yourself now to keep going with it and shit. It sounds like we're talking about a cult, but it's not. It's fucking so like,
it's just life, bro.
It's just such a great perspective of life, like just enjoying it and like, having unconditional, like just unconditionally being happy and just like, observing it all and being like, dude, I don't have to go with any of these fucking thoughts and any of this negativity. I can just come back to right here, right where I am, and it's just all great.
It's great.
It's
great
fucking
talking
fantastic.
about it.
Yeah, it
feels
is.
good. It feels like we're getting into the flow state right now.
Oh, we are.
Such a great talk that was, the flow state.
Yeah. Flow state's a really cool discussion.
What else was I thinking about? Oh, I was thinking about, how we were kind of resonating with the Untethered Soul and watching, cool people like, Jay Shetty you showed me, and Deepak, and all these, cool people. I was thinking today about what we do and how we spend our time, like besides work or I guess going out, but everything has a time when you're happy, I'd say. So what I'm trying to say is, if you're going to the gym beforehand, for me at least, I feel terrible. I'm like, I don't want to go to the gym. This is awful. And then during the gym, feel pretty good. And then after, I feel great.
Right.
And then the opposite of that, I'd say, is like going to some maybe just lower energy friend. Maybe he does like drugs, and you're like, oh, I'll go over to him. Beforehand, you're like excited. During, you're okay. And then after, you feel like crap. You're like, oh, why'd I do that?
Right.
And it's interesting because I think what leads to the best life is the ones like the gym, the things like the gym where you're best during and after rather than before and during. I don't know, for me at least.
Oh, 100%.
Because I'm like a satisfactory person where I like going into things where I'm going to feel satisfied after. I don't really like things where, like, that's why I love hanging with you, because, I like watching Curb Your Enthusiasm, some Larry David and stuff, but I like almost more, at least during the day, when I want to feel productive. Like, we watched some Jay Shetty earlier.
Yeah.
And it's like how you choose to spend your time, you're going to feel better. Like, with that, you feel better after, but beforehand, you're like, I don't want to watch this, thing where I got to really use my brain, or working out. I don't want to go work out. But then during and after, you feel so good.
Yeah.
Surfing's the same. Even before I surf, I'm like, whether it's laziness or just, I don't know, some sort of fear. It's like, it's easier to just, hang out and waste time, watch some dumb show.
Yeah.
But when I surf, all of a sudden I'm feeling so great. Once I get into that flow state, I'm fired up. And then afterwards, I feel great.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I completely agree. It's like, it can take like so much effort to want to go do something or to go do something. As soon as you get up and go do it, you're like, dude, I feel so much better that I did it.
So
I feel
true.
so productive. I feel like so much more uplifting. We talked about this before when I was like, dude, when you're down and stuff like that, it feels so hard to not, like, it feels so easy to just sit and mope, sit and not do shit.
And it's so funny because you don't talk usually about why you don't actually get out of that. Because if you ask someone like, oh, why don't you go to the gym, or why don't you do that? They'd be like, no, I could go to the gym, or yeah, I could do that, or I could quit smoking, or I could. But there's always some like little excuse that keeps you from getting there. And it's like even us today, it's like, yeah, we could do a podcast later. But it takes a little leap of faith. It takes getting up and just actually doing it. And it's hard because a lot of days you just don't do it.
No, and that's where people just stay still. That's where you don't grow like that. You don't like create anything like that. Dude, there's like, I'd say probably 30% of the days that I get up and do shit, like have the most productive days ever. I wake up and I'm like, fuck, I don't want to do anything. I have that, like, I'll literally wake up and I'll be like, dude, I'm not feeling it today. And I'll sit down with my like whatever journal plan for the day, that kind of shit. And it'll literally be like, wake up feeling this, like, pull yourself into this place, pull yourself into like that energetic, like, like motivated, like, you have the opportunity to create something, like use it. And as soon as my mind switches, it's like snaps into that, like, let's fucking do this. The day is amazing. Curious.